All right, man. DeAndre Swift, Tracy Walker injured and is gonna miss some time. Then we talk about Josh Reynolds and St. Brown. Amara St. Brown. They had a lot of injuries. I haven't really seen the reception to my video of Dan Campbell. So I'm looking at it now. It's pretty good. So I think a lot of people, there's always gonna be somebody to get mad, but I ain't really blame them. To be honest, I ain't blame them. I mean, all the injuries they had, you pay a kicker for a while. I was kind of skeptical. That was his career long, but you asked him, can you make it? Obviously, he's gonna say he can. So, um, but I mean, I'm not mad at it, bro. You don't have Swift, Amara hobbling, Josh Reynolds, he hobbling. I mean, shit, they chose to play, Khalif Raymond over Quintez Cephas. I mean, I can see people arguing that, but then again, maybe you don't want to put a lethargic Quintez Cephas out there. Him, Jared Goff, and Shark and Hawkinson connection. I don't think it's good enough for them to be primaries on that situation. So I looked at it. I wasn't really mad about it. Defensively, you don't have Romeo, you don't have Onozorki, Josh Pascal. I mean, you don't really have no push on that line, yeah. But not, and you didn't have Tracy freaking Walker neither. You know what I'm saying? So, he ended up blowing out his whole Achilles. Same injury that Jeff Okuda recovered from. Seemed like Okuda got better, but with unfortunate news, line safety and team captain Tracy Walker has torn his Achilles and will miss the rest of the season. So, he just had a new baby boy too, man. So I mean, it is what it is. They kind of like making that injury kind of like people speeding back from it fast. I mean, you've seen Cam Akers get injured in the off season, and then he came back, for a playoff run. So it is what it is. So Tracy Walker really good in the box. You know, he was one of the guys they put in the box, and he gave him the athleticism to kind of get at Jalen Hurts and other mobile quarterbacks and all that type of stuff. So, it is what it is. When it rains, it pours. When you start off the season, you got guys, you drafted guys that's injured in Pascal and Jameson Williams. Drafted previous injury guys. What you expect? Honestly, what do you expect? So you just don't have the luxury as his franchise of injuries. But Juju Hughes gonna step in there. Femi Melifonso gonna step in there, who been often injured as well too. Another draft pick, and we'll see what happens. But this team falling apart. It was falling apart before we got to the. It was falling apart before we got to the regular season. Then DeAndre Swift slide up in there on point. On point five all the time. Tip. On point five. Might go over some people's head, but and they said DeAndre Swift is week to week with a shoulder sprain. Didn't he hurt his shoulder last year? Do you remember the time we first met? Y'all, we got excited. He got me excited for a minute, bruh. He sure did. He got me excited for a minute. I'm all Swift is balling, and he can be. People talking about he can rush for 1,200. I was like, man, he can be MVP, and then he like, me, IR, me, he always fucking injured. He was already injured with like an ankle. We ain't even a month into the season, so I told you can't depend on him. You need everything to be perfect around Jared Goff, and it's like Dalvin Cook hurt his shoulder too. You can't get no running backs that's built like them. DeAndre Swift, even though this is not a Brad Holmes pick, he was another guy that he was another guy in college that had injury problems. Another guy. He was another guy that had injury problems. He was another guy. So it don't surprise me none, bro. Talented, but lacks the durability. He's the new job at best. So it don't surprise me. you know, and then it's a team that couldn't afford the injuries. This is a team who couldn't afford the injuries. So, and they got the injuries, and they got the injury. So, but like I said before, come Sunday versus Seattle, they find a way to lose that game. Piss and talking full swing, and then it's draft talk. Then I'm sorry, draft season. But also got updates on Josh Reynolds. They said Amon-Ra St. Brown should be fine. Josh Reynolds got a low ankle sprain, um, so they saying he got a lower ankle sprain. So yeah, suffers a low ankle sprain in Week 3 performance. It says that the severity of injury should be revealed sometime this week, so we'll determine if Reynolds miss any time. So we don't know if he's gonna miss any time. And then you know he could have caught a touchdown. People only talk about that play where he lost the ball in the sun, and Jared Goff he had a step on him, and Goff he stopped running because he couldn't see the ball. So I didn't say much on the Amon-Ra Brown. They said that he should be fine. They said St. Brown has been re-evaluation. It seems like he'll be fine to play next week. We'll follow his status practice closely. So we don't know with Amon-Ra St. Brown yet. So we don't know yet on St. Brown. So, but it won't surprise me if they both was out. I don't know what's going on with these injuries. But Pistons Eyes need to stop taking chances on guys that's injured. That's my opinion. They need to stop taking chances on guys that's got an injury history. We don't have that luxury. We don't. We don't. We don't. We don't. But apparently Brown Holmes think we do, and the people before him think we do, but but we don't. So, but I mean, that is what it is. So let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up this video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Make subscribe button, hit the bell icon button. Put on notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop a video. Financially, want to support the channel. Cash App, $, CJ Good 313. Venmo, CJ Good 313. PayPal link in the description. Appreciate the love, support. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. One time for one time. Mercy Sports Talk. Peace.